All right, we're going to talk about the voiding version of the cystourethrogram. And so for voiding, the V is for voiding. So you are going to have to take some imaging while the patient voids, is the idea. Oops, sorry, jumped ahead there. There are two voiding positions, and they're specific, male versus female. So for males, you'll need to be in an oblique position, so it's a 30-degree RPO. They're going to superimpose the urethra over the soft tissue. You have to move the femur out of the way. Female urinating position or voiding position is going to be just supine. If there's a catheter in place, especially for the pediatrics, the catheter will be removed during voiding. As they void, as long as the tape is loose, that catheter will slide right out. For our location for pediatrics for these, for a VCUG, the pediatrics under 1 year, we will fill 3 times. And so they'll fill the bladder, the child pees it out. On that third void, you can loosen the tape and pull the catheter at that point. Over a year, they only have to fill once, and ideally they fill to their maximum what they can take. And there's a chart on the image intensifiers in our areas of age and how many cc's that they expect to take. Adult catheter removal time may vary. Only one fill, because your adults can tell you when they're full and have to pee. Have a urinal ready, and there's a difference between a male urinal and a female urinal, so I would be aware of which one you're grabbing for your patient. We also have a radiologist who preferred the Deflux chair. Most of the time, a lateral position is not ideal because everything is overlapped. But again, this is radiologist preference here, right? So you might come into another protocol somewhere that wants to use your Deflux chair. So if they want a lateral position, you could use this for a VCUG as well. Urinary reflux. It's also called vesicoureteral reflux as well. It's a condition where the urine, instead of completely going out of the body, backs back up the ureters and into the kidneys. It can be one side or both sides. It's categorized into grades. So grades 1 through 5, depending on severity. 1 is mild, 5 is most severe. The treatment is going to depend on the severity of it, and it can vary depending on age. The smaller the patient is, the shorter their torso, the shorter their ureters. The more likely the urine's going to back up into the ureters. The longer we get, the bigger we get, our ureters are much longer, and it's harder for that to reflux up. Sorry about that. Some causes, if the child is born with abnormal ureters, if the valve between the ureter and the bladder does not close, it can get better on its own. There can be a blockage, there can be a fold blocking the urethra, things like that, bladder nerve damage. Some symptoms. A lot of the patients will come in and they are patients that have had frequent UTIs. Now, UTIs by themselves, totally normal. You can have someone who has UTIs their entire life and they don't have urinary reflux. But if someone has urinary reflux where their urine backs up to their kidneys and they're someone with frequent UTIs, so an infection, the two together are a bad combination. So if you have infections often and refluxing up your ureters into your kidneys, carrying this infection around, it's bad news bears, okay? So a lot of these kids will maybe have bedwetting or urine retention. They don't want to go to the bathroom because it causes some pain. Constipation is also another factor with that, or blood in the urine and bladder or kidney infections. Most of it will go away on its own. The worst case scenario could be kidney failure. So here is some examples of the grades, 1 through 5. So depending on where the urine ends up. So if it's just into the ureter by itself, grade 1, grade 2 takes it up a notch. And then you can see 3, 4, 5, 5 being the most severe and the severe dilation of it. So, and these were just some examples of what you might see. See the contrast flowing up into the kidneys itself. This one is clearly the most severe and dilated I've probably ever seen. Treatment, what can they do if they have urinary reflux? Well, if it doesn't go away on its own and it's severe, like that grade 5, there's a couple options. There's something called a Deflux procedure, where it's a non-invasive procedure and they place a silicone material, we call it a speed bump, that prevents the urine from backing up into the ureter itself. So this procedure, the kids are up and running around that day. This is sort of a simple one where they kind of put this bump in here. The severe ones may require a ureter reimplantation. So we know the UV junction, where the ureter attaches to the bladder, is in the back and on the lateral border. Well, if a ureter is attached too low, this may also be the cause of the amount of reflux that's going up. So they will take the ureter and remove it from its current location and place it higher up on the bladder to prevent the reflux. So they will reimplant it in a new location. And this was just a few images for you to compare some of the things that you might see. So again, a picture of the grades, but urinary reflux on one side. This is just an image of that double collecting system, and then a horseshoe kidney, just to kind of give you the differences visually and what you will see.